Here's a quick video for setting up a game board for matching. So I'm going to start with a new slide, delete these text boxes that are already there. And then I'm going to insert a table, and I'm going to make it the size that I want, and then resize the table so that it fills the whole screen. They automatically choose as my border a gray color, and I like to increase the contrast, so I change that to black and change the weight of the sides borders so that it's a better contrast for people that are looking at it. And then you can highlight all of the cells and you can change the font. I like to use this Fajila 1, or however you say that. Fiala 1, I don't know. I like to use that one because it's like a very bold print. Or I also like to use, where's the other one I like? It's called Didact Gothic, because that's how I would typically write on the board. If I were writing for students, I would want it to look like this, especially with characters like the A that doesn't have the little loop at the top that I wouldn't use typically. So I try to use fonts that are similar to the handwriting that I would use for the sake of students being able to read things easier. But I'm going to use this bolded one. And then I can change that for all of them. And then I'll want to resize the letters, but I may have to choose a word first. I want them centered in the box, and I want them from left to right and from top to bottom. So I go here and I center it, go there again, and center it top to bottom. So you can type the words that you want. Then you can also insert images. So if you have some already on your computer, you can insert those, or you can do a Google image search. So if I wanted to match the word type with a typewriter, for example, I could find one and choose it and insert it, and then I would just have to resize it to fit inside the box. Obviously, I don't want it to be bigger than that. So I would put it here. And after I've filled up everything that I want for my matching game, this is a really important part. You're going to want to download the slide as a JPEG or a PNG, either one, but as an image, because you don't want the kids to accidentally delete your picture when they're playing the game or change the word somehow when they're playing the game. So I'm going to come to a new slide and again delete those text boxes that come up automatically. Then I'll come up here and choose background, and then I will choose that image that I just downloaded. So I can just drag and drop it there. And what it will do is it'll put that as my background image, so I can't accidentally delete any of that because it's an image on the background. And then next I'm going to insert the rectangles that will cover the each of the boxes. So I'm going to choose rectangle, and I'm going to cover it as well as I can, or as well as I'd like. You can change the fill color. I also think it's important to give these cards a border so that the students can see where the card starts and ends, especially when you cover the whole board. But I also need to make sure that that's thicker so that they can actually see that border, and it's easier for them to detect that there's a border. And so once that's created, you can copy and paste. Oops, that's not what I wanted. You can copy and paste the rectangle. I'm just going to do it 4 times because I'm going to set it up for the first column and then copy the entire column at once. So it gives me less work to do. So I will use the command button or the shift button since I'm using a Mac and copy those. Using my arrow key to slide it into place, copy and paste again, and I do that until I've covered my entire board. As I mentioned in another video, when the students are ready to play, you would share this with this and give them editing rights so that they can change what's on the screen. And then when they choose their matches, they would click the ones they want, delete them. If they're not a match, then you can reset them this way. And that way you can just use the undo button or Command Z or Control Z, depending upon the type of machine you're using. You can reset the board, and then the matches are ready for the next kid. So then the next kid also has editing rights, and they can click on the ones that they want to. And if it's not a match, you just Command Z or Control Z, or use the undo button. And I would just go ahead and do that yourself as the teacher versus having them reset each time, unless you're trying to teach them some computer skills as well, which that would be great also. Okay, thanks for watching.